Welcome to Qt Python Made Easy. My name is Ihab. I'm the co-founder of Synapse Information Technology. In this series of videos, we'll be showing you PyQt development. We'll start by GUI designing your GUI and adding your widgets, your style sheets and resources. How to get the code, understanding how to use the Python Qt documentation, which is very essential when doing GUI development because you have a lot of stuff to deal with. So understanding how to do signals on slots. So basically, if you want to click a button, it has to do an action, so you do it via the signals on slots. Multi-threaded GUI. In the end, we can end with that to see how to make multiple threads inside one GUI, and then how to put your package into an exe or into a binary package, so you can distribute it. Basically, we'll start by some requisites. You have to install Python 2.7 from python.org. Just click here or something. You need the PyQt toolkit from Riverbank. If you're on Ubuntu Linux, you could just apt-get install Python Qt4 in the designer and the libqt4 designer. After you start with downloading and installing it on your computer, so you have to just check that your environment variables are set correctly in your path. So you have to see that Python is actually inside your path. You have Python Qt also. You have all that set in your path. So we'll start by opening the designer, actually, which we'll be designing the actual GUI from. We'll just start with a main window. This gives us an application with a menu bar and a status bar below. So this is basically an empty application. On the left you have the widget box that you will be using to add push buttons or radio buttons, checkboxes, a dial if you want to do anything with a dial, text, more text, and then you have a line edit. You could do something with like username with a label. So that's basically just put it here and say like username. You can press Ctrl J to adjust the size of stuff. Actually, if I'm writing something like this, I can adjust the size by pressing Ctrl J and then enter, so everything is fine. So basically this is it. I have a radio button here. Here's the list of objects or widgets that you throw inside your window. So basically you know what's the name of every widget, because you will be using this in the code basically. And this window in the middle, you can set everything here. The object name itself, is it enabled or not. You could just disable it, as you can see. The geometry, if the size of the object, you can see it's changing, as you can see here. You can set the minimum size, you can set the maximum size of it here. Just say like I want it 800 by 600 or something to be the maximum, so no one can just pull your application even out or something. You could just select the font here if you want to change the font to anything else. You can choose the cursor when the cursor comes over it when the actual GUI is running. It changes. You can change that too. You can also add something that I really like. It's style sheets. Basically, you can add a gradient background or something. Use a gradient background color. I can just do whatever I want. I just can write it on my, just something like that, and just go, and it happens straight away. This is basically it. This one is the resource browser that let's say you want to add some an icon here or something. You will be using the resource area to do that. And the signal slots and slot area is where your actions are gonna be. Like if I want to click this button, the text from here will be copied and pasted into this text button. Or if I click a button, the radio button actually goes on. Or if all that. Or if I move the dial, I could just do anything basically with the signals on slots. We can add in an LCD number, so we just can test with that. So basically, let's start by also adding a menu, like file. A sub-menu will be like open. You press enter every time, so it gets added. You add a separator. You could do something like exit. You can do something also here like edit, copy, paste. You can press Ctrl and R to preview your application. Just you have the buttons here. You have a dial that can turn. You have a place where you can type your username. You have a checkbox, a radio button. You have a text edit area. How actually do you link all these together? So let's say I want to do an action. When I press exit, this window actually closes. The main window preview, I want it to close when I press exit. So what I can do is come to the signals and slots editor, and I just press the app button. I want to say when the action is exit, which is here actually. I'm sorry about that, I just don't have that much space at the moment. Actually, I say when the action exit is triggered, I want the main window to close. That's that. So Control R, File, Exit, and it closes. Okay. Another thing we can do inside here is when I turn the dial, I want this number to change. So I'll just you have another option of doing this. You can just either press here, which is send you to the signals on slots, or you can press F4 and you can choose which object you want it to be the sender and which one will receive it. So let's say I want when I move the dial, I want this display to show me the value of this dial. So when the slider is moved, I want it to display the integer here. So basically this is what happens. And I'll press Control R and I'll just turn the dial and it happens. Okay. Let's say I want to add a password field also. So I'll just add a line edit here. And I'll just Control C, Control V, copy it, and just do password, Control J. So we have a username field and a password field. So basically I want this one. I just type here, I don't want my text to be in plain text or clear text. I want to just make it into something like this. So basically what you do is you come here to the echo mode and you could just set it as password. So basically when you come and type it, it just comes out like this. And username is still the same. So basically we have the dial and we have a copy here. We want to have a copy here. We want to do when I press this button, I'll copy the text inside here and paste it inside here. So we'll start our signals again. I want to do when I copy this text, copy. When I click this button, I'll copy the text inside here, and that's basically it. From the code we can do it to paste from here to here. Okay. Press F3 to go back to the editing mode. So basically we have a push button, we have a radio button and a checkbox. Let's say I want to press the the radio button, I'll make the checkbox appear. So open our signals again, which is F4. When toggled, toggle. So when I click it, happens together. My dials are working, my password is working, my username is working, and my copy and my exit. The next video will be showing you how to get the code from this GUI, convert it into Python, and start reading the Python PyQt documentation, so you could understand how to write what you need in the GUI. Pause.